And we are back with another unboxing. Yes, we see green boxes here. This is probably unboxing 4 out of 5. I lost count by now, from my Paris/Barcelona trip that I took recently. I don't know, at this point it's not even recent anymore, for my birthday trip with my friends. It was an impromptu kind of trip. I have a whole entire playlist. If you want to go catch up and it's your first time dropping by, definitely go check that out. Lots of eye candy that you're not going to want to miss. Obviously, we're going to do some show and tell with these 2 different handbags I was able to pick up, very special pieces, and tips and tricks that I learned. Maybe it's not news to you guys, but it is news to me. So I want to share my experience, because my first Goyard experience started terribly and it has progressively gotten better and better. And it was quite the experience for me this time around. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. As I am undoing the bag here, which part of it already has been undone here, let me kind of just give you the rundown of the timeline. This, obviously, the best day, in my opinion, is Monday morning to show up to all of the luxury, because then you don't get all of the craziness and the crowds from the weekend. And of course, I was there the first week of September. So a lot of the summer vacation people from at least the US, all the kids are back in school. So it's not as crazy. And of course, the French people have taken all of their summer vacations and they're also all back at work, which I feel like it was like a very depressing week for them. However, Monday morning, it was pouring. Well, I wouldn't say it was pouring. It was raining. I personally decided to go swing by the Goyard store. And if there was an incredibly long line, I was like, all right, screw it. I'm not even going to go in, right? My friend has never been to Paris, so she wanted to go sightseeing. And I've done the different churches already. So I was like, here, let's split off. I'm sure you're fed up with me and don't want to do any more shopping. So go see touristy things, be cultured, yada, yada, right? And I swung by the Goyard store, which is the flagship one, the original one. I've never been in there because it's always like, I don't know, an hour, 2-hour long line. It happened today, not a single person. The stars have aligned, so I walked right in. And like any other luxury store in Paris or just in general, you stand there at the door and wait for a sales associate to be assigned to you, which happened in like not even 2 minutes. It was quite busy on the first floor. Again, if you've been in there, there's 2 different floors. So I kind of browsed around and she said, I'll be with you in a moment, have a look around, yada, yada, as you are going up the stairs. Cause I was like, I need to get away from all these people, especially when it's damp and it's just like kind of muggy. I was like, I need space. So I went upstairs and these cases that are on the staircase as you're going up, they had the special editions. I was like, oh my goodness. What is my luck? Maybe they're all for display only. I don't know what they do. Kind of like Hermes for display only. Not the case, I guess. But went upstairs, she met me and my essay, it's like, what are you looking for? On the second floor, on the counter, they had all of the special editions from the Jardin collection, which is the garden collection. I, again, made sure I got the pronunciation correct.
Le Jardin Goyard.
Le Jardin Goyard. And all of it was laid out and I just like got my little grubby hands on it. It was great. Okay, I promised I was gonna open up one of these as I'm talking and I got distracted with telling the story. This is the first piece that I picked up. Look at how adorable this is. This is in the Iris collection and it's the Nano Vendome. For those of you who are wondering, sometimes, a lot of the times, I feel like it's so inconsistent. You would either get a dust bag or a box. You don't get both, which is really interesting. And I don't know if that is changing or not, but in this particular case, this is a limited edition. Hence, I think it's pretty standard for them to give you both the dust bag and the box. It is lined with obviously their little ribbon and their special paper from their Le Jardin collection, which is the garden collection. They had a lot of stock, which I was like, wow, I'm asking to see all of these different pieces. And she kept going to the back and bringing out more pieces for me to look at. I'm like, did you guys just get a shipment today? She's like, yeah, we just got a shipment this morning. And this is the new collection that came out as of today. So you walked in at the right time. I feel like I get that kind of comment a lot. It's like, it's just your perfect day. It's just your luck today. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I did get like their marketing emails like 2 or 3 days after I visited the store talking about the new release. So I was like, oh my goodness. I guess that is the case where I walked in on the day of the release, totally unplanned. I'm gonna cut off the plastic as I continue to talk to you, or maybe I should just concentrate on cutting off the plastic. Let me give you a quick spin as I continue to tell the story. This again is the Nano. It is so tiny and small. What am I gonna fit in here? I don't know, a bunch of Tic Tacs, but it's so adorable. So I was actually debating between the 2 different sizes. Again, if you know and have been following my channel for a while, you know I have the mini Vendome in their traditional green color. They did have this in the regular size, well, mini size, and I was debating, do I want the mini size or do I want the nano size? And again, if you know me, I don't like having multiples of the same bag in different colors. This is a different size. Even that is pushing it for me, where I don't want to have multiples of the same model, but then it's like the medium size, the small size, and then the nano size. I don't like, that's not something I like doing. I like variety. I decided to go with the nano size just because 2 different reasons, which I'll touch on when I go over this bag. I didn't want to go through the hassle of buying a new one in the mini and then selling my green one, because I don't want multiples of the same bag in just different colors, as I've said. So I decided to go with the nano size, maybe in a different video, because I'm going to be telling so many stories and whatnot. This video is going to get incredibly long, but do come back after I use the bag a couple of times. I'll show you what fits, as well as my thoughts and review on the nano size. Now the interior, they come with its shop card, and the biggest difference again with the limited edition is that when you pay for the bag, you have both the strap and the bag itself. Whereas if you go with their traditional colors, their iconic colors, you get to have, I guess they sell it a la carte, where you can choose to buy or not to buy the strap. Which in my opinion, I feel like if you're just gonna sell the bag in general, you don't need to sell it separately, because I don't think people are going to mix and match where they get a green one with a black strap or anything. Usually people just get the matching strap. Now the interior is where you'll see the garden print, and it is just beautiful. Just keep in mind, it is fabric on the inside, which again contributed to why I decided to not purchase the mini size and decided to go with the nano size. And it's just one open compartment. There's no slip pockets or anything. I don't think you need it for such a tiny little bag. At the bottom, you'll see the little feet, tiny little 4 feet at the bottom, which makes it stand up very nicely. It's just like, I feel like a giant person with a little tiny old bag. I'm not super into nano or micro bags, but this one is just chef's kiss. The iris color is beautiful. I know I'm gonna get questions about the pricing. Just looking at my receipt, this one for the set of both the strap and the bag itself comes out to be 2,900 euros, which is, from what I remember, significantly more expensive than the regular colors. And if I can find pricing on the mini Vendome or the nano Vendome, I'll make sure to include it in the description and the pinned comments down below. Now, I was really sneaky about getting some photos for you all. I risked my life. No, just kidding. I did not risk my life. Honestly, like if you talk to any of the sales associates, they saw me, they all saw me take photos. It wasn't like I was like going like this and trying to take photos or anything. I was just like grabbing the bag and taking photos, and you're just showing pictures to your friend. If you don't make a big deal out of it, they're not gonna give you grief about taking photos or anything. So I'm telling you this information, and do not rat me out. I'm gonna trust you with that. Don't rat me out. Don't talk about my video and how she was able to take photos or anything. But yeah, just you're welcome. You get to see the inside, sort of all of the pieces and the original Goyard store. Moving on to the second piece. Oh my goodness, this, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen me started to wear this particular bag. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to give me a follow. Trying to build that up. I feel like I need to be a little bit more active on there. However, I do use it mostly to show you bag of the day, my outfits, and of course, any deals and steals that I see. And for those of you who are new to my channel, make sure you drop me a comment. Let me welcome you to my channel. Let me know you are new. Additionally, I do cover a lot of indie brands, mid-range brands. That's another passion of mine. So if you are new to my channel and you are interested in luxury alternatives, definitely give me a follow, subscribe. And follow me, like I said, on Instagram, because that's where I post in the stories of any steals and deals that I think are worth it. It's gonna be very curated. It's not gonna be deal, and it's like half-ass kind of deals. I'm not gonna post those kind of deals. So moving on to the second bag, and I'll talk about the purchases at the end. I have so many stories. I'm trying to figure out how I want to structure this. So I'm just gonna keep blabbing as I'm opening this bag. Again, comes with a shop card. I couldn't figure out how to put this bag on the bag itself, which is another protective layer. When you're like opening the bag and you're just like taking everything apart, you probably should calm down and try to figure out how to put all of these different protective pieces back there. This one also comes with a strap, and yes, this is also that limited Le Jardin collection. Same thing, she made like little beds. It's like a coffin. Like a coffin with little bedding. All right. The other bag I was able to pick up is the mini Saigon in the soft version. This is the fuchsia color. So originally I was asking for the iris color, which also I was texting Mandy, my friend, again, we know and love Mandy, who usually comes with me to the Paris trip while we go together. However, she wasn't able to make it this time around. And of course, she was sleeping. So I'm like sending her a million photos, like, wake your ass up, pay attention to me, take a look at what we have here, all of the new releases. Of course, she's knocked out, dead asleep. So didn't get a respond until like 6 hours later. But as I was saying, I was originally asking for this one in iris, this particular color, but unfortunately that was sold out because they didn't get very many in there. But as you know, I do love red bags, and it's hard to explain the color of this because it's kind of red, but it's kind of coral, but then it's also kind of pinkish at the same time, which I think this makes it all the more special because we know Hermes, which again, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button because I've got an epic Hermes unboxing coming up soon. And Hermes does colors incredibly well, and Goyard, I think, their colors aren't as nice, but what they did for the fuchsia color and the iris color, I think is just, again, taking it to the next level. If they can do more of these special colors, they have my heart. They already do, but they also have my heart even more so if they can get the colors to be incredibly special. So with that said, this right now is not something I always get, but with Goyard pieces, it's mostly canvas, but this one is majority leather. I don't know if you want to call it majority, but it has a lot of leather, as you can see here, right? And just to give you a quick spin of the bag so you can see all the leather portion of it, including the bottom, no feet at the bottom. But I am just punched in the face with the smell of leather. And what's the most interesting about this, again, I don't know where they sourced the leather. You know how Hermes leather, when you smell or have a new bag come close to your face, they have a very distinctive leather smell. The only other time that I've picked up a bag that has the same leather smell is this bag, a Goyard bag. So I would imagine that their leather quality is superb. Maybe they use the same sourcer or the same manufacturer. I don't know, but again, the smell is coming from this, is very, very close to what Hermes smells like. Drop me a comment down below. Do you know what I'm talking about, or am I just being crazy? I'm not talking about like, hey, have you smelled Goyard and Hermes leather and do the comparison? But if you know what I'm talking about when it comes to Hermes handbags and their specific leather smell, drop me a comment down below. I love the little wooden handle, whereas this one just has this little pieces of wood, which I love the contrast of very natural versus processed and painted, I guess, for the leather. It's just a really cool concept, right? The only other one I can think of right off the bat that is very iconic is the Gucci bamboo handle, whereas this one obviously is not a bamboo, it's just wood. Should look up what kind of wood this is. In any case, how you open the bag, if you haven't seen the mini Saigon, is just this leather strap. They really like doing the strap opening, very similar to the Belvedere. You can see the interior is one open main compartment and then one slip pocket at the back. And it is just beautiful. You can see all of the flower details, and I love flowers. I'm a plant hoarder, well, I used to be, and you can see just all of the amazing print that is in there. And as I was saying before, why I decided to go with the Nano one as opposed to the mini one, which is a little bit larger than this, is because this one on the interior, even on the bigger mini version, it is fabric. So there is a very high chance of it getting dirty, which I got my Vendome in the mini size, the yellow interior, a little bit dirty already. So I was able to get a insert for it, but that kind of defeats the purpose, right? If you get an insert for it and because you are afraid of it getting dirty, you won't get to see the interior beautiful flowers and the garden prints, right? So that's kind of my logic. Whereas this bag, the interior, yes, it's the flower prints, but it's also leather. So it's gonna be much more durable and less easy for you to mark up with, you know, compared to fabric. So that was like my logic. So I was debating if I wanted to just get one bag, which is the Saigon, or if I wanted to get two. That decision was almost made for me because I apparently hit my limit. And that's how they create that exclusivity where they limit you to how many bags you can purchase. I feel like I've gotten a couple different answers, but I got this officially from my SA, is that the annual, it's on a calendar year where you can only purchase 2 bags. Now, if it's a travel item like a trunk, or there's certain categories where it's not considered a handbag, then yes, you can purchase more. But Saigon, Vendome, those are both considered handbags. So you're only allowed to purchase 2 a year and 3 SLGs a year. If it's like a pouch or if it's a wallet, that's considered a piece that would count towards your allotment for 3 pieces. At that point, I was just like, which one do I pick? What do I do here, right? Of course, my friend was out doing her thing, touristy things, and I immediately text her, where are you? Come to me now, right now, need your help. And she's like, okay, I can be there in 30 minutes. I actually just finished up looking through a cathedral. So thank goodness she showed up and she's like, here I am, as a servicio, at your service. What do you need? Do you need my opinion? I'm like, girl, I don't need your opinion. It's handbags. I need your money. Give me your money right now. So she was able to, obviously, I was like, you have your passport with you, right? So she did bring her passport, swiped her credit card. Obviously, I paid her back, but she was able to purchase this bag for me. Because that's what the essay, she's like, do you have a friend? Are you here by yourself? You got a boyfriend, whatever. Yeah, so basically I summoned my friend to come purchase this bag for me. She's basically my Goyard mule at this point. So I know I was like, hey Mandy, do you want anything? It wasn't even like, I guess my friend could have purchased the second bag, but at that point I was like, let's not push it. Just 2 bags. That's enough damage for one day. So again, this one also, because it is a limited edition, was priced at $38.50. It does come with a strap as well. Normally, like I said, you can buy these separately a la carte if you choose a regular traditional color as opposed to the limited. I already started wearing this bag, as I've said, and I use it as a top handle. I actually have not used it with the crossbody strap. I feel like this is a very beautiful top handle. It's more of a top handle than it is a crossbody strap. I've started to gravitate towards using top handles recently. Maybe it's just because of my age, I'm getting older, I don't know. It was kind of a hassle to not have a crossbody strap. So yes, it worked out great because I wasn't doing anything crazy, but if you are planning on going to run some errands or more of a outdoorsy kind of activity and you're not going straight home after dinner or lunch or whatever, it's probably best that you bring your crossbody strap with to make it a little bit more convenient. And I'm just sitting here talking to you and the smell it smells amazing. This one doesn't smell as strong or anything, but this one just like bam, bam, bam in your face with the leather smell. I even held it up to my boyfriend. I was like, look, smell this bag. I will say that Goyard has come out with a lot of different limited editions. None of them really caught my attention, especially the one with like the animal prints on there. Is it a bear? Is it panda? I can't really tell. That's just too, I don't know. It's cute, but it's also not my style. And I know they came out with like a military or khaki kind of color. That's not really my thing. This with the flowers definitely spoke to me. So I was on a hunt for it. I also tried on the mini Anjou, which, as you can tell with the screenshots I got probably flying around here, it wasn't my thing. I feel like, yes, it's a cute tote bag and it is reversible. I thought about it, but then while I was like taking pictures of myself in the mirror, I was like, not feeling this. And that's something I know Mandy really wanted. So next time when she goes, hopefully it's still available. But what's cool about that bag is that it is reversible and it is made of leather, very similar to this one where the interior is leather. So you can flip it in and out. Not like the St. Louis where it's fabric on the inside. So yes, you can flip it out, but that is a attraction for dirt. And because it's light colored, that you would never probably do that. I did see a unboxing of that, and immediately that YouTuber, can't remember her name off the top of my head, said that she's gonna get an insert. I was like, that kind of just defeats the purpose of that, right? So while I was waiting for my friend to get there, again, she only took like 30 minutes. Her freakishly long legs at 5'11", I guess she walked really fast as she got there. But while we were waiting, my essay was just the sweetest. She started telling me different stories, the history, different limited editions. She showed me a crocodile piece because I took a peek. There were two ladies in a private room doing a customization. And I was like, oh, what's going on there? Tell me more about that. She's like, we do have a crocodile piece that is available. So I'm gonna bring it out and show you. I'm like, oh, you don't have to do that. That obviously I already know what I want to buy. I can't. She's like, well, technically this is a limited, or I guess like a trunk version of it, or a travel piece. So you can purchase. I was like, girl, that is out of my budget. All right. I'm not about to drop 50 grand on a bag that is also in orange, which is not my color. And she understood it, but she wanted to show it to me anyways. And then she brought out an iPad to say in the future, if you are looking to do some customization and really pick a unique piece that is special to you, we can put in a special order. And I forget what she said. I think she said the turnaround time is probably 3 months. So that's actually not bad compared to Hermes's special order where it could take up to a year from what I remember. So I did play around with the iPad and kind of just customizing what I would like, which I love alligator. So maybe in the future, who knows? Probably not, because that's probably incredibly hard to take care of. But it was just nice how she gave me a really nice experience. So the little trick that I wanted to share with you, maybe it's an age-old trick, but you now never have to wait in line. When I say you, I mean me, where I was able to get the essay's contact information, and she's like, yeah, don't wait in line, just text me, WhatsApp me, and I'll bring you right in. I was like, do I have to book an appointment a day ahead, 24 hours ahead? A month ahead, because that's how Hermes kind of works sometimes. And she's like, no, just tell me what day you're going to be here and just text me 30 minutes before you show up, and I'll make sure the door people, the security people, will let you in immediately. I was like, oh wow, really? That's it? So if you ever visit the Goyard store, make sure, again, I'm sure this might, if you vibe with the SA and they're willing to give you their contact information, make sure you do so and save it. So that way you never have to wait in line and just walk right in like a VIP. Needless to say, a lot of money was spent. So I did tease this in my last unboxing. Yes, a panic sell is gonna happen. I actually started gathering all of the bags that I am thinking about selling. As always, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You are not going to want to miss out on the last Hermes unboxing. It's going to be epic. And of course, with my panic selling, I need to start gathering, or I think I've started a list of all the items. My closet's out of control. So purse closet is out of control. So I need to start letting some of those pieces go. So it's Christmas time. Holidays are just around the corner. Get that shopping started. Take some of these bags off my hands for the sake of my sanity. I hope you really enjoyed the unboxing here. Again, it was a delight for me to go shopping, spend money, and have these pieces, very special pieces, in my collection. Do come back. I'll probably do a review, show you what fits, etc., how I style it. We'll see how I plan out the next couple months in terms of videos, but yeah, how adorable this is. And how many Tic Tacs I can fit in this. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see you all next time.